but Ayr got themselves back into the game with a well-worked goal. Marvin Wilson taking the play to the right. Glenhurst is unmarked. Eddie May is the unlucky defender. And he may or may not have been able to prevent the ball going in, but it's credited to Hurst. Against the odds, the visitors get back into the game. The corner to the head of Mark Campbell, and his header gets past the defenders on the line. 1-1, and the way their day has gone, the Ayr players can hardly believe it. Now, we know this was a Halloween horror story for Ayr, but referee Jim Fleming might want to wear a mask if he visits the town this week. The Airdrie wall is back, and the free kick quickly taken, but the referee calls it back. Ayr manager Gordon Dalziel brought in a couple of sharpshooters to help kill off their run of 9 games without victory. Jens Christian Hansen of the Faroe Islands and Neil Tarrant from Aston Villa were in the starting lineup, along with on-loan striker Roddy Grant, and all three combined to give the home side the lead. It was Hansen with the finishing touch. It's Tarrant with the header. The contribution from Grant makes it easy for the Islander, and that's fair enough. This was a team without a win in 10 games, facing a side without defeat in 10. But Ayr are beginning to get their injured players back, and with the addition of a couple of new faces, they showed what they're capable of. On loan, Neil Tarrant taking advantage of John Robertson's 50-yard run, and Roddy Grant doesn't miss chances like these. It's Grant's second goal in 4 games for Ayr, but his loan period is up at the end of the month. His future still to be decided. With 2 minutes to go, Dalziel was out of that seat as Neil Tarrant gave Ayr a welcome win. Saints' lead is now down to 3 points. At East End Park next week, it'll be a case of mind the gap. Ayr United fans turned up in numbers to see if their side could repeat their form of the last game when they won against league leaders St Mirren at Love Street, and an early goal gave an answer to that. Marvin Wilson, his first goal for Ayr, and all the sweeter that it came against his former club. Glenhurst hasn't really hit the form for Ayr that he showed last season, but his through ball put Neil Tarrant in for goal number 2, for Tarrant's second goal of his loan period. Fine contribution though from Hurst, and that was important on his return from suspension and showing the form that attracted a host of clubs last season, including Hearts. He capped a fine performance with 2 goals of his own. This was his first. That one came in 43 minutes, and the second, well, you can count the seconds yourself between the two. It added up to a 4th goal for Ayr before the break. Jimmy Sanderson, the unlucky defender, and only one thought in the mind of Hurst as he goes through. But goal number 5 did come, and it came from Jens Christian Hansen. And Hans Christian Andersen could hardly have written a better script for the man from the Faroe Islands, as he scored his second goal since arriving at Ayr. Just 7 minutes to go, and goal number 5 kills off Airdrie. It's delight for Ayr as the millennium finishes on a high note. For Airdrie, well, there's always the next 1,000 years. Late and leaving early will have a different view of this game. Just 25 seconds on the clock as Neil Tarrant rises high for the fastest goal ever seen at Somerset Park. And then more drama at the other end. The header from Glenhurst is handled by John Anderson on the line. There's no doubt when you see it again, and inevitably that's a red card for denying a goal-scoring opportunity. No complaints from the defender, and his efforts were in vain as Glenhurst makes no mistake from the spot to put Ayr 2-1 ahead. But in the last minute, Ayr sealed the points. Hurst gets highest for 3-2, and this one is a win for manager Gordon Dalziel.
On the snow-covered pitch, an equaliser for Ayr United. It was veteran defender Neil Duffy with the header, which took the tie to a penalty shootout. Bad boy Nicky Banger glory boy John Robertson. He scored the winning penalty and Ayr United into the fourth round.